Hello, I'm John and welcome to another Real DIY. So today I'm going to be fitting a 55-inch television to a wall, and to do that I bought one of these cantilevered brackets. So I'm going to be showing you how you fix this to the wall and to your television. So this is the corner of the room where I'm going to be actually hanging this 55-inch telly. I'm just deciding where to put the brackets. I could put them here or slightly lower down, so the plate's just below the centre line of the telly. Choose the bolts you want, just make sure they're not too long. I'm using thin black spacers underneath the bars so they don't press directly on the back of the television. But you don't need to. Make sure you're not blocking those plugs and sockets when positioning the back plate. Undo these two bolts almost fully before you come to hang the TV on the bracket. Fit the little thumb screws and bolts used to tighten up the swivelling brackets. Now try the back. The cantilever was really stiff, so off camera I slackened a couple of the lock nuts. A quarter of a turn was sufficient. Measuring the distance from the top of the bracket to the top of the television will help you position it precisely on the wall. In this case, it's 33 centimetres. It's sensible before you start drilling the wall to check that there are no mains cables where you're going to drill. I'm using a metal and mains detector. If the light's red, you've found metal. If it flashes red, it's a live wire. Everything in the area where I was going to drill was green, so that's safe. I've already marked where the top of the television should be, and I've measured down 33 centimetres. Another centimetre down will be fine for the centre of the fixing holes. Now this is a brick wall, so I decided that 4 bolts would be more than sufficient. I always start with a small masonry drill bit. You never know how soft or hard a wall's going to be, because you can always make the hole larger, but it's not easy to make it smaller. You can check the depth by using the blade of a screwdriver, or if it fits, you can pop in the bolt. These bolts aren't really tight, so it's just as well that I had a socket set with a ratchet to tighten them. An open-ended or adjustable spanner wouldn't really work in this limited space. A ring spanner might just do the job, but it would take ages. A final tighten up, then we can look at the front plate. The front plate is adjustable to make sure it's horizontal. There are 4 bolts on the back, and the key here is to only slacken 3 of them, leaving 1 done up. Use the spirit level to ensure it's level. And it's a good idea to turn the spirit level round just to make sure it's accurate. Once you're happy, tighten all 4 bolts. Time to hang the television with its happy owner. Don't forget to do up the 2 bolts at the back. Once they're tight, the television won't slide around. A final check with the spirit level, and it's time to take off the protective film. So there you are. That's a 55-inch TV on the wall. But hang on, the job's not done yet. There's a second television to do. Yes, the lady I'm working for has a small TV that she wants hanging in the kitchen. Again, check the length of the bolts. These are 10mm, which looks about right. So the plate doesn't press too hard on the back of the television, I'm going to use very small spacers, about 2 or 3mm thick. But I'm about to have a problem with this plate. The bottom edge is obstructing the aerial and satellite inputs, and it's not looking too healthy around those phono sockets either. So I'm going to have to move the bracket up. Fortunately, there are some 100mm spaced holes along the bottom edge, and I can actually use the hole where the arrow is. That's where the tip of the screwdriver is. Off camera, I drill the 4th hole that I'm missing. The plate hangs on this top bolt. Temporarily move the bottom bolt, which allows you to level the TV by swivelling it from side to side. Let's try the bracket, which slots in and will be secured by that bottom bolt, although you can't see it here. I'm just looking to see where the top of the bracket is in relation to the top of the television. Drill the top of the 3 holes. Pop in a plug and the bolt. Again, these bolts are really stiff, they're really tight. Make sure you've got the bracket the right way up. You'll see there's an arrow on it. With the top bolt almost fully tightened, check the brackets vertical. Now drill the centre and bottom holes. Whew, that was hard going. You'll notice that the bottom hole is actually going into the mortar, which isn't ideal. However, it held extremely well, and I can tell you that the middle and top bolts are so tight that quite frankly the bottom bolt is a bit of an irrelevance. Well, that was quite hard work, but it's an easy job to hang the television. Slot it onto the bracket, put the bottom bolt in and tighten. Again, it's nice just to check that it's level. Well, that's now horizontal with the adjoining picture, so that's good news. So there we are, that's how we fix TV brackets to the wall. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, and how about subscribing if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Only thing to do now is to sit back and watch some choice television.